the FACEIT League Stage 2 qualifiers here with myself, James, and Jackie. Jackie, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Good. We haven't casted together before, have we?
No, this is the first time.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Normally you're in the James seat. Today he's in the Dan seat. Dan will be back later on. But for now, we've sent him off to the gym. So shout outs to our guitar-y intro there. Very air guitar. I don't know what I think about it, but you know. Towards the end, I feel like I'm starting to strum. But anyway, we have WorldEdit. We have a Flipside versus PiTER today in the best of 3. The winner of this will go on to play Dignitas a bit later on tonight. So obviously we saw PiTER in action against Titan yesterday. Titan had a very strong showing indeed. Very much a tight ship being run by Titan there. So we'll see if PiTER have had time to make any adjustments should they feel any need to be required. Flip side, of course, a team who have made some adjustments in the background recently, which you may not be aware of. Historically, WorldEdit has been their primary AWPer, but now Simple is their primary AWPer. Obviously, Simple is an extremely strong rifler as well and general aimer, but he has taken up the role of the primary AWPer. So this is the first time that I will have seen him playing in Flipside as the primary AWPer, so I'm quite interested to see that. I do believe there are some other changes in the team as well, which I'm not necessarily privy to, but we'll see if we can identify them as this match goes on. What are you looking forward to here, if anything?
I mean, the last time I saw Flipside play, I think, was against LDLC White, and that was on Cobblestone. And they are actually really strong on Cobble. Like, Flipside just whip out some crazy stuff over and over again. It was actually, as you were saying, I think, who was it? It was just kind of mental with the AWP. It was actually, now you said with the change, it'll be interesting because I think literally throughout that entire game, everyone was getting shut down. Like Tuinu was really struggling to try and hold sites because he was getting picked off really early. So if they're saying they've changed AWP now, it'd be interesting to see if Simple can keep up. Because I believe he was a really strong AWPer before, but he has been rifled for a while. So
yeah, Simple is the kind of the Rambo AWPer of the team, and WorldEdit it's the kind of the solid AWPer, where Simple just wants to run around the map and kill people, and that's exactly what he does. So I always thought that they were Flipside were a bit too rigid in their choice of AWP, in the sense that WorldEdit was always the primary AWPer regardless, and I felt like there would be certain situations or certain maps and certain sides of certain maps where it would be better to have Simple just going like on the T side, for example. You might want Simple opening things up, whereas if you have someone trying to hold down mid, then you know WorldEdit's your man to do that. So I feel like they have different applications in different areas. So rather than one person just being the de facto this or that, they should change things accordingly. You know, if that works, maybe it didn't work, but definitely looking forward to seeing that. So I think we have a bracket of the current standings here for this FACEIT League qualifier. So some of these teams qualified. Again, during our league, we have weekly qualifiers, which are open to everyone to qualify for. And when those are all finished, then they go into a closed qualifier with some invited teams. So you can see, C-Play lost to Mousesports 2-0 there. Hellraisers taking down XPC 2-0. G-Play taking down Melty. So G-Play will go on to face Envy Us in the next round of the bracket. LGB will be playing LDLC White. LGB and Envy Us, of course, they were the two bottom finishers of the league. So they basically get relegated to the closed qualifier ahead of the other teams who you see towards the bottom here. So we had USSR. I think that was a bit of quite a good match, actually. I didn't manage to catch it, though. Been all over the place recently, but they lost 2-0 to LDLC White. Vin.TT lost to Dignitas 2-1, so a good showing from them, but Dignitas taking it over the line here. And now we're going to see who is going to face Dignitas later on tonight. Okay, so should have this match started shortly. Do you have the maps?
I think
I had the maps.
Yeah,
I had the maps, but now I no longer have the maps. Normally, okay, producer Reese says Cobble Cash Inferno. Normally Dan has the maps.
Yeah.
But now you're Dan. And you don't have the maps.
I'm sorry. So I've let you down.
This is Jackie's fault. We haven't even started the cast. He's failed me already. I don't know what to say. So Cobble. I'm interested to see WorldEdit. I keep calling it Team WorldEdit for some reason. Team WorldEdit. I'm interested to see them on this map. I might have casted them before or watched a game, but I don't really recall any significant data on them. So.
I mean, as I was saying before, like the last time I actually saw them play was on Cobble, and they put up a really good fight. Like they're really strong as a team. You can see where there's things that they try out different stuff that I've not really seen before, and they actually are really good at playing really aggressive on ecos. Is something that I actually sort of noticed. they just whip out some crazy strats. They get in the site early and just lock it down. Because LDLC White were really struggling the last time I saw that. They didn't really know how to do it because it was just such a rapid change from what they'd seen earlier on in Cobble. So they do play a weird style.
Speaking of LDLC White, since they were picked up with LDLC Blue as well by LDLC, I'm looking forward to seeing more of both of those teams, especially LDLC White, because they have a very conservative approach compared to other teams we're seeing at the moment, and in the way they choose to eco or save, and just the way they generally approach the game is somewhat unique compared to what we're used to seeing on a day-to-day basis here in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So hopefully we can see more of them as the weeks and months go on. So again, hopefully we should be starting on Cobblestone very shortly indeed. So we're just waiting for Flipside, it seems, who are requiring a few more minutes before we get started. And actually, back in the days when they were that team, I was just saying to Jackie before we went live, Blade, he runs a tight ship. He's a very smart in-game leader. And you saw, especially, I think it was quite telling on their executes on the A-bomb side of Nuke, how strong a team they were. The lineup has since changed, and I think there are definitely stronger personalities on the team now. So we will have to see. Again, this is still early days for them. I know they really want to, like, I know bondik has been vocal, behind closed doors. They really want to like focus and on this new design of the team. They want to be like a top 8 team minimum.
Yeah.
In the short term. Obviously, everybody wants to be the best in the long term, but I'm really looking forward to seeing where these changes go for the team. Again, I was always really excited when this lineup came together because the sheer theoretical output in terms of firepower of this team is absolutely insane. WorldEdit and Simple on the same team. I was like, ah! And actually, I think I missed out Markelov. So obviously, Markelov, he hasn't been AWPing much in CSGO. Apparently, I don't have it verbatim from him, but apparently he hasn't been AWPing in CSGO because he doesn't want to be known. He doesn't want to be pigeonholed as an AWPer. Apparently, that's why. But maybe, he's been playing the game for so long, and maybe he just got bored of always looking through a scope. Who knows? We'll have to ask him one day. But I believe that he is going to pick up the AWP now in times where if he's feeling the AWP, he's going to pick up the AWP, basically, as a secondary AWPer. Simple, at least for the current time being, is still going to be the primary. But if Markelov's feeling the AWP and he's got the cash, he's going to splash the cash. So that's going to be exciting for everyone to see, I think. Because people have been pining to see Markelov just going nuts with the AWP. And every now and then you see a little glimpse of it. And you just wish you'd see more, but maybe we will see more now.
It'll be interesting as well, because that's the thing. If you're ready for one style, and then they just whip out 2 AWPs one round, and it's more dynamic, you're not going to be ready for it. So
yeah,
it's where they really could sort of throw a spanner in the works for the CTs. So.
Yeah, it actually was quite exciting when NIP made their lineup changes, and they started going double AWP on like cash and things like that. That was really awesome to see, and it's always great to just add layers to your cake. There's no limit to the sugar we can take here at FACEIT. Pass me the cake. Okay.
It's not here.
No.
You left it in the kitchen.
Actually, I did bring some cheese today for Dan, because Dan's like, hello, my name's Dan, and I'm French. So, but he doesn't know what Roquefort is. So I have brought in some Roquefort. So we shall investigate this Roquefort a bit later on today. Also, guys, once we hit 550,000 followers, I am going to be giving away one of my own knives, which maybe we can show a bit later on. It is in the inventory now. I've sent it over. It's a StatTrak gut knife. It's very dear to me, but I have too many knives. Speaking of knives, there's a nice one. So, we're into the game. Flip side, starting on the CT side. Looks like we've missed a knife. Oh, no, here we go. That would be why they have knives out. Because it's a knife round.
Yes, I mean, do you still feel like Cobble as a map is really too heavily sided to the CTs? I think now, later, it's been more sort of a T-sided map, really, isn't it?
I still don't know. I think when you have a new map come out, I think it takes a considerable number of months before you really know what's going on long term. I mean, you can have, like, you can see what the meta is on the map, for example, over the space of like 1 or 2 months and how it's changing as teams learn things. But long term, personally, I still have no idea. So I need to absorb a lot more data, and I think everyone does. I'm really happy with the changes that Valve made on the map, because they made a lot of changes, and they were a lot of good changes. So I like the map now. I hated it before. I despised it. Taz has always liked it because he's crazy. But Yeah, I wouldn't say. If someone said, "Oh, do you think it's like a, you know, a 9-6 or whatever?" I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to observe more. We need much more data, in my opinion.
Because I think a lot more people are actually comfortable playing it now as well, where for a while it was sort of that, you know, if you got lumbered with cobbles, you weren't really happy with that as your sort of map in a best of 3, but now I think teams are a lot more confident actually playing on cobble as a pick.
Yeah. What's actually funny on a casual level, like when you're in a lobby with people and like, what map do you want to play, and they're always like, oh, you know, let's remove these third world maps like Cobblestone and Overpass. Like multiple different people that I know in completely different circles of internet friends refer to them as third world maps. But the problem is people are like, oh, you know, I don't want to play this map. I don't know this map. But if you don't play the map, how will you ever learn the map? Like it's just a completely backwards mentality. So definitely play Cobblestone, play Overpass, play all the rest of them, play Pool Day. Okay, we are into the pistol round. It's going to be PiTER starting on the T side. One player just looking around here, Spiker, while the rest of them are heading over towards the drop zone, it seems. But Flipside are doing a 4-man stack on B and drop zone.
This will be interesting if they do have a bit of conflict here, because the T's have already worked over facecrack. Getting off a few shots there. Push behind, Cash's sight of Simple there and takes him down. They've only just realised where he is and it's too late. The damage has been done. Bondik's there to try and clean up and does a fairly good job of it. It's all down to Spiker.
Yeah, Spiker, location unknown. Lots of little nooks and crannies for Flipside to try and figure out the cover for. Second shot will be enough. Bondik gonna close out the round for Flipside. So far, so good. Early days though. MP7 Skulls. I swear that was like the first skin in the game.
I think it's like the first skin that everyone ever got.
Yeah, yeah. Many MP7 Skulls were had. I feel like I should have one for nostalgia purposes, but no. Let's not go crazy. Right, so again, we've got a large presence towards the B-bomb site here from PiTER. That smoke's going to be a bit of a nuisance. Well, that it's playing very close. I'm wondering if flashbangs come in, will they go past him here? Although they're not going to wait for that. Oh, he's going to come up! That is awkward, to say the least! Going to find himself at least one frag, though, but the MP7 will be picked up by the T side.
Bondik's there to try a little bit of cover as well, as they do just spam away. They get this final kill and they do pick it up. So I think it's so hard as well, because when you're such a tight enclosed area, like the long ones, the B site, if they come at you with something like an MP7, you can just spam away and just pick up so many kills so easily.
Yeah, the nice thing about smokes in that area is that you can just right-click drop a flashbang behind the smoke and flash everyone on the other side of the smoke and run through the smoke at the same time. But it is a bit risky. You know, like if you have T's on Inferno on Banana, often you have one person like facing the logs or facing the wall, so in case that pot flash comes in from the CTs, they can mount an offense. And I'm sure long term we'll see the same thing in that area when those smokes are down. So don't want to give up guns in this kind of situation. So it's like it's going to be a 3-man push to the drop zone. How many frags will Bondik get? It's going to get traded immediately by PiTER. Second frag now. Markelov going down to the P250. So that's 2 guns picked up for PiTER with 3 players left for Flipside. Simple on the AWP already.
This final kill there though. And they've got them in a prime position now. They're really just going to have to push out. They do want to try and go for it, but of course they do. Charging out. The resistance of the TTs is too strong, and it's all come down to Simple now. The one-on-one. He has the AWP in hand. Will he be fast enough? Spiker playing it safe. Just wants to try and get that bomb down if he can.
I'm not sure if Simple can see the bomb because of the ridge around that area. So he may not realize that the bomb was down on the site, but there's the frag. Going to finish things off. Simple's a very smart player indeed, actually. When he's in solo situations, like you can see there, he's got the AWP. He's using the range and the cover of the doors as opposed to trying to push the site. But also, like you see situations where I was watching him play on his stream one day, and he was alone on Dust 2, and there's somebody in pit, and he was a T by the doors, and he quickly tried to pop his head, but he missed him, and immediately kind of retracted into the double doors, looking towards the corner of long. He's waiting for the, you know, like the trade guy to pop out as well. So very intelligent play, although somewhat hot-headed. So he will continue with the AWP, and the rest of his team will buy up the M4s, the FAMAS. We're going to see waterfalls, of course, on the AWP as well. So see who wins these duels. Those somewhat standard flashbangs coming in now in that mid area is going to push Blade back, and he doesn't really have that much help at the moment. He's alone towards the A sites.
It's a fairly advantageous angle though, and he will come out on top in that confrontation. Gets the kill into wayLander. They do now know where he is. Upgrades to an AK. So I think they're trying to set up this A take here. They've got prime position as long as they can get the frag really onto Blade. He's sort of first line of defense.
That flashbang will give a clue away as well as to where at least one of the T's are. Bit of information there for Flipside, cost of $200. Okay, can waterfaLLZ see anything? He eventually does. Blade falls. So that's the first frag in the bag for PiTER. 40 seconds on the clock though, and we're going to need to see an engagement from them soon, but Simple has other ideas. Going to force the issue here and retracts back to the bomb site where he has support from a teammate. So if they need the trades should be possible here for Flipside. This is a shot as the T start to advance on the site. Running out of time now. 20 seconds left for these Ts to get the bomb down. Only waterfaLLZ remains versus 4. They've only got 1 frag so far. He won't have time to win the round. He just needs to do as much damage as possible. Only 2 going down for Flipside, so that's really important for their economy going forward. And you can see PiTER, their economy is on in an awkward place. Looks like the eco buy will come out here. Tech9's armor. I'm wondering if they have like an eco strat in mind here. Is there a method to this madness, or are they just buying a few goodies from the toy store?
Because they do seem to be favouring B. Once again, as you're saying, they are just going to charge straight in. So let's see if they can come out on top. He will get one. That's waterfaLLZ behind the rifle there. Fortunately, Markelov just mowing everyone down. wayLander trying to do some damage, but unfortunately he can't. Flipside really just on top of that push there, just mowed everyone down.
Yeah, 2 players down though is not too bad. Like it didn't seem like they had a like if you saw Titan on the eco, you would probably expect him to have like a set plan as to how to at least get the bomb down. You know, worst case scenario. But I think PiTER were just going for the shock and awe on that occasion. But 2 people, not terrible. So double ops now. WorldEdit's picking one up as well. They've got the money for it, and going to buy those Manolo shoes. So Markelov still going to be continuing with the silence M4 for now. No need to go crazy. 5-0 here for Flipside. PiTER looking for an opening. And the Flipside formation keeps changing between these rounds.
And we'll be able to pick up the kill onto Symbol there, and that is quite good because he's been proving a real threat. Completely mowing them down as they do try to go for site takes, and wayLander gets one as well. This is really setting up to look like a nice round for PiTER already. Blade wants to change that though as he comes over and gets the counter frag onto wayLander.
Okay, so facecrack looking around in that drop zone area. Got lots of nades in the bag. There is a nice pop flash you can throw into that from the wall. Basically behind where facecrack is now. If you throw a flash off that wall, it just bounces in for a very nice pop flash indeed. Something I stole from Virtus Pro. Okay, so Blade pops out, but jmqa's going to be too fast. Could be the first round on the board for PiTER. WorldEdit missing the shots now, gets the no-scope. He's still got more players to contend with. And I wonder what his intentions are now. Is he trying to do as much damage as possible? Is he actually going for it? There's another no-scope from WorldEdit. That's going to be enough for him. 13 HP. He's been nade, molly, everything distance almost. So he is going to try and make a run for it.
Yeah, he just wants to try to save it, really. I mean, there's no reason to lose the AWP. He's not got a lot of HP, and, you know, time's nowhere near on his favour. He can't win this round, so...
Yeah, this is a smart position as well, because if they were to run through those doors and hunt him, there's a fair chance that he's going to get a sneaky frag onto them and do considerable damage to the T economy. Again, it is them who only have 1 round on the board so far. And you can see the money on PiTER still ropey after their victory, so as much damage as he could get in, the better. Simple picks up another AWP, so double AWPs here once again for Flipside. And I'm wondering if this will change their formation actually, because the previous rounds you had Blade after a certain timing just playing the A site on his own. Currently you can see, is that Simple over towards long? It is indeed. And WorldEdit is playing on the site behind the statue on B. Spread across the map. Markelov gets traded. bondik still there to control the drop zone. Meanwhile, Simple's going to take down Spiker on the other side of those underpass doors.
Yeah, it seems like PiTER are really struggling to sort of go for these faces at the minute. They're just getting completely destroyed, and bondik picks up his second frag of the round there.
Yeah, I don't know how well versed PiTER are on this particular map. Maybe this is a good choice for Flipside because, again, they're just going out one by one now, and there are no trades happening. Flipside are surviving these rounds with too many players. It's an issue we saw in their match with Titan as well, where if you compared one team to the other, Titan were trading all over the place, whereas that was kind of missing from the game of PiTER here. And again, that pop flash is off the wall, just to the right of bondik's crosshair. That one there is a very powerful pop flash. You know, if you throw that with one person running in straight after it, you should get control of the drop zone. But we'll see if that comes about in later rounds. But for now, it's facecrack left, and all they will muster is one kill in that round. Flipside with a strong lead.
It's interesting as well because the thing is, Flipside, their B site is actually fairly weak as long as you can gain control of drop down. And the way we saw LDLC White doing this, of course, was just going for the double face and being able to pick up the 2-for-1 and just getting into the site. Because as long as you can do that, you can really sort of work your way around. You've got a lot of control. And it's interesting to see PiTER maybe want to be trying to grab some double faces if they can get a little bit more information.
Okay, looks like the plan is to rush again. Simple's got support from Blade there, which, oh, they've done a lot of damage, but they should get cut down now. Again, they've got 2 players in the bag. You can see the importance of having early support for the AWP in case he gets rushed there. Didn't work out in the end, but they did cut down the rest of the team, so I guess it was worth it after all. I think Blade dropped an AWP for Simple. So he's back in business. WorldEdit grasping onto his for dear life. Now he's the number 2 man. Which I'm sure the English people watching will find funny. Alright, so the layout from PiTER, you've got one person all the way down in B. Look at that snap from WorldEdit. Bad idea, Mr. waterfaLLZ. 4 people left here for PiTER. Still 2 in very passive positions indeed. I think they're a bit paranoid as to the location of Simple. They know WorldEdit's playing B, and you can expect him to stay there. Such is the nature of his style of play.
wayLander got a nice angle there on Blade. It just depends if he can go through with the kill as they play Ring Around the Rosies now.
Benny Hill music, please. Trade coming in from bondik. The Flipside retain control for now, but now they need to find out some more information. The rest of the PiTER team heading over towards the A side. You can see bondik going for a peek there. That's a nice boost spot as well, actually, if you have a sniper rifle. Although it is a considerable tax on your personnel around the map. So here comes the push. bondik has to hold here. He's normally a solid player for his team. Takes down the bomb carrier as well. jmqa gets the trade. But the bomb's still on the floor, and now there's a CT standing over it. More frags coming in for the PiTER side, but it's a 1 versus 2. Markelov and WorldEdit trying to hold things down here. Again, the bomb's in a completely exposed position. 20 seconds left on the clock for jmqa to try and find at least 1 frag without getting traded.
Yeah, it will be hard for him. It just depends if he's got the confidence, if he's got the skill to really go massive here. Markelov just tapping away, knows exactly where he is. He will, of course, get the frag, the headshot as well.
That's a horrible position for jmqa. You can see him snapping to the right. He's just waiting for the trader to come in. But the bait was real, and it was Markelov to finish things off. 8-1 in favour of Flipside. 7-round lead. Very strong CT side indeed. But again, we've got just under half the rounds to go here in the first half. So you never know what the final score is going to end up as. But for now, we have the 2 AWPs. We've got the fear of Simple. Wow, that nade went pretty far indeed.
bondik is in his prime position here, as we've seen quite a few rounds before. It just depends if he can repeat history once again if they do decide to go for that push. But this time, it's a change as facecrack gets the frag and opens up a really big portion of the map now. They should be able to get B control here if they play it right.
Look at the rotation from the CTs. They've pretty much committed over to the right side. We've got some blades swiping at Markelov, but he's going to get a double frag. That nade is going to be avoided, but it's going to force them out into the open. WorldEdit will finish them off. This setup looks very strong indeed from Flipside. They are completely ruining PiTER. Again, PiTER maybe not putting in the strongest challenge. I really don't think they're prepared for Cobblestone. That's the impression I'm getting, because there are smokes that stronger teams on the map will throw from T main into B. And obviously, again, the flashbangs I mentioned 100 times into the drop zone as well. But I'm not really seeing much of this from PiTER, so maybe they're forced to have more of a mixy approach to the T side of Cobblestone here. But then that more or less means a free map for Flipside.
It's true indeed, because I mean, Flipside, as you can see, they really know how to play their CT side setups, and they rotate perfectly, whereas PiTER, they're struggling and going for the same sort of ideas, but if they had those smokes, as you were saying, they would really be able to crack open that area of the map. It's all falling quiet at the minute. It's the last three surviving Ts.
Look at the position of Simple. He is almost in T spawn, which has allowed his entire team to rotate towards B bomb site. They have all the information they need, and PiTER are going to be in for a nasty shot here, but can they get the frags?
Yeah, they're going to have to go really big if they do decide to go for it. Markelov's got a prime position once again, tapping away. It's all down to waterfalls.
Yeah, he sees the bomb as well, so that's all the information the CTs need. Confirmation of everything they expected. Simple still kind of just roaming around the map, looking for the final players, and Flipside will win without taking a single death. So, I think PiTER will be looking forward to the next map, as this seems somewhat of a write-off for them. 4 mollies coming out for the Flipside team. Bit of a mixed bag here, a bit limited here on the PiTER side. But we'll see what their approach is. Waterfalls in team main there. bondik trying to hold things down here. Timing molly going down into the upper part before the drop zone comes in. And what is the plan with this? Okay, we have gimmicks here from Flipside. This I have not seen before. bondik's always the man smoking things off. He's the man who stands in shadow on Mirage A, bouncing smokes through the ladder and so on, and he's got another sneaky one now. So that puts the T's at a significant disadvantage, but how many frags can he get? There's one, but he shoots above facecrack's head, and he will get a trade on this occasion. So, PiTER adjusting, throwing the flashes over the wall as well. That's going to blind one of the players. Then boosted one behind the tree, but Markelov behind the tree will fall down. Actually, not going to protect him enough. Groot's nowhere to be seen. Looks like a good round for PiTER so far. Well, that it's stuck in a horrible place. Only Simple remains. But it is Simple. We know how dangerous he is. Maybe he'll show us. Maybe he won't.
It'll be an interesting one to watch as he charges out now. Ooh, gets the tag. Can he finally finish him off? Of course he can, switching to that P250, but from behind it's facecrack in a sneaky B, and he will take Simple there.
So these double AWPs have been lasting quite a while. You see Markelov topping the kill board as well for Flipside at the moment. So everyone looking like happy campers, at least on that side. PiTER, they need more breathing room than they have at the moment to start their CT side. And while their T side has been somewhat lacking, gives no indication as to what we might see from them on their CT side. They might have a super strong CT side, we'll have to wait and see. But they're going to need more than 2 rounds in order to show us one way or the other. Well, he saw a second player as well, but gets traded by the third. waterfaLLZ taking him down. And that's again going to force the rotation from Flipside, but it's the right rotation once again. It's been B almost every round so far. PiTER starting to hurt the economy of Flipside now. Another round in the bag. We'll see what the Flipside team have left. Not much. Looks like the eco will be in order.
Yeah, but the thing is, Flipside, of course, they're actually very dangerous on eco. Simple somehow is just a machine when it comes to using the deagle, but this time he hasn't opted to go for that. Just picked up himself P250, gone for a safer bit of a round there, but he still is very dangerous indeed as we see the mid push there from PiTER. Let's see if Simple can go absolutely huge here with that P250 in such a sneaky angle. They haven't checked it. He's got the prime position to go huge, and he will get one. And that's all he'll get as he gets taken down by facecrack, and facecrack now taking over. Almost gets the 3K.
Nice play there from Simple. I think he could have potentially, well, I don't know. I guess he wants to start shooting them basically when they start engaging people on the other side as well. So there's mayhem. Didn't go his way. Could have maybe got a few more kills, you know, if you play that situation a number of times. But no complaints. Very nice play by him. Yeah, WorldEdit and Simple both like to opt for the deagle in the eco rounds. Simple, very dangerous indeed. He has very good aim. But it's PiTER who get around, so starting to claw back a reasonable score here. This is the last round of the first half. They're going to be wanting that 5. And Simple, he put the fear into them earlier in this half. They don't seem scared anymore as they are all headed towards the A bomb site. There's a trade straight away on Simple. Flipside taking down facecrack as well, so trade's going in both directions. There's still a long rotation here as well, that it's still on the B bomb site.
Played a few pot shots off there, and now he finally gets the frag as well. jmqa back at the site, trying to do some damage, but it's all come down to him on the 1v3. He's going to have a miracle here to go absolutely massive, but Markelov won't let it happen. And the score there will be 11-4 at the half.
Let's have a look at this scoreboard. Sometime. There we go. Alright, so facecrack's got a lot of kills in as well. Spiker there, only 2 kills, so he's not having a good time of it. Having difficulty on the T side, but let's see, 4 rounds. You know, if they have a strong CT side, then it's still doable for them. It was looking pretty gnarly, but this can be done. Not going to be easy against a stronger team as well, but you know, they have a chance. So they've got a similar approach to Flipside on the CT side actually. 4 people more or less towards B, although we do have one rotating back towards A now, but seems that they do have a plan. Slow approach from Flipside so far. Looks like they're just trying to identify what kind of setup PiTER might be playing, looking for some picks, trying to get some momentum based on the picks. Still somewhat passive over towards A, and the bomb is going to rotate over there as well with a decoy over towards B, so you can see PiTER quite spread out on their map control. But they are soon to be outnumbered. First frag going away with jmqa though. On to Simple.
They won't be scared by it though, as they do continue on their charge. Waterfalls just tapping off bullets there, left, right and centre, gets 2 frags. Trying to do a bit of damage on his own now. Unfortunately does fall.
Well, Flipside got cleaned up like a spilled drink there over towards the A bomb site. Early days for PiTER, still 6 rounds behind. Once this buy comes out from Flipside, then we'll have to see what they can really do, because that is going to be quite testing indeed. But for now, they've gone for the force. We've got a deagle on Simple. That's going to be dangerous. Obviously, Tech-9s need no introduction. So we've got 2 smokes and 4 flashes here, and this is what I'm talking about. You've got the it's more or less like an eco set play here. Eco force buy. You're in the same area. So these are the smokes that we didn't see from PiTER on their occasion, and pop flashes as well, but they're good. They're well positioned to take down these things with a P90. So it's pretty much a perfect hold from PiTER. Again, it is against the Force with far superior weapons. I didn't even get to see where those smokes went from Flipside, but again, it's a more refined approach nonetheless. Got the pop flashes going into the drop zone with people running behind them. The smokes at least planned over towards the A-bomb site. But now we'll have the full eco. We've got Galox and not a lot else, so I don't know how much time Flipside are going to waste on this one. Or if they're just going to go for it, because their chances are minimal.
wayLander get a frag there from this eco. Can he get a few more as they begin to just run straight into his path? Markelov actually does finally manage to take him down though, but from behind it's waterfall to get 2 quick and easy frags. A little bit of fire on his toes there though, as Simple just hides away on top of the ledge.
Yeah, if these people continue to look for him, then maybe he can get close enough to go for a burst fire potentially, or just spam them in the play head. Was he going for a knife? He wants that AWP, mind me. That's very cheeky indeed, but hey, why the hell not? So, looks like it's going to be buy time. Are they all going to buy it, or is one going to stay on the pistol? Nope. They're all going to go straight for the AKs. No messing around. PiTER only 4 rounds behind now. If they can break Flipside here without them getting a plant, then they could be in good stead to catch up.
It all just depends on how Flipside are going to play this one. Once again with the smokes there. Looking towards B once again.
Okay, so let's have a look at this flash from Blade. There we go, perfect flash. Teammates, are they pushing in? Yeah, they've got somebody in drop zone, I think. I think bondik's actually in a very sneaky position with wayLander trying to find out where he is. So they've taken control of drop zone. And slowly but surely, kind of like the approach on Overpass, they're just creeping and taking map control bit by bit, clearing out all the nooks and crannies. Can he get the win the duel here? He's got Blade rushing in for the trade. Trade will be found. In fact, 2 CTs going down there, so there's a significant advantage for Flipside going forward.
And Simple wants to try and make it even more of an advantage. He just fires away there rapidly, trying to get the kill into wayLander, finally takes him down. It's the second frag as well. Flipside start bringing themselves back into this.
Yeah, that was a solid approach. It's just a more refined approach. Flipside look like a team who are ready to play Cobblestone, as opposed to PiTER, who don't look prepared for the T side at least. And again, their CT side against a much more refined T side, maybe just as difficult. But worst case scenario, they have some evidence, some demos here to learn from, should they not prove victorious in this game. That said, they haven't lost it yet. They are 5 rounds behind. But they've got another buy in the bag. waterfaLLZ on the AWP as well. You can see Flipside setting up for that drop zone take once again. And there it is, flashed again. There's going to be a duel in the area, but nobody's won it just yet. So wayLander gets away with 8 HP. facecrack looking to shoot between the legs. Gonna leave that one there.
He's in a definitely nice position there. It just depends if he really can come out on top, as if they do decide to go for that push. If they do just catch sight of him. Spiker watching the angle just from drop zone in case they do come from both sides. And finally facecrack starts firing away. Gets the down Blade. And here comes Spiker as well. facecrack now jump down. Let's fall.
Nice snap there by waterfaLLZ. And despite they saw the bomb after the first frag, but they still didn't fully rotate all the way. Survive with 3 people, so again, not out of this just yet. And they will be able to buy for each other, so we should see 4 M4, sorry, and the 1 AWP on PiTER. And Flipside reduced to the eco once again. No bomb plant in that round, no $800 bonus per person. And again, it's quite a cheap eco here from Flipside. They've got the Deagle on WorldEdit, as per usual. The P250s and bondik and Markelov. WorldEdit's already left the building. I don't think Simple's going to be in a position to pick up that Deagle either, but I think he might try. In fact, he's just gone straight through the door, so... And he's dead. Fairly standard eco so far.
Just a complete mow from PiTER, really, as they just take them down one by one. Flipside dropping like flyers. Finally, Markelov goes down as well.
Right, PiTER still catching up. This could get dangerous to Flipside. That was a very smooth transition there.
That was good.
Nice one, Reese. All right. So we've got an aggressive push from the CTs actually towards A. They're looking to get some information and maybe sandwich the Flipside players. There's only Blade going over to get the information towards that area. And the rest of them, the T side, are heading towards B, and again a drop zone. So normally it was Blade throwing the flash into drop zone. So now he's over towards A. I wonder if that's going to be the approach or if they're going to try something different. I think Simple's... Is he? No, he's facing the team main areas. So they're just going in raw now. They don't have Blade to flash them in. They're just going to face regardless. But there's going to be no challenge. We have wayLander outside of the drop zone, trying to hold things down from there. Support from Spiker in the B bomb site, but bondik's been given free angles now. This might prove bad for PiTER. Indeed it will. The flash coming in, and that's going to allow facecrack to get 1 frag. Gets a 5-7 for the second one. Finally gets traded. But PiTER getting cut down from all angles now.
waterfaLLZ and jmqa, the only 2 last surviving members of the CT side. They're going to have to go absolutely massive here, and unfortunately, waterfaLLZ isn't up to the task. He gets taken down. jmqa, can he do it? The M4 in hand, catches sight of Simple, gets the frag. bondik in a nice position here behind the rock. He should be able to really do some damage. And of course he does, gets the kill.
We've got a pause coming in from PiTER, and I have to think it's like a tactical pause as opposed to anything else, because if you okay, apparently it's DDoS, but if you look at the approach, they tried something different in that round. Every time they tried to defend the drop zone on a buy round, they were just facing the whole time. Basically, the pop flash came in. Sometimes wayLander, he survived with a little bit of HP, but one way or another, they lost the area. So this time they tried a passive approach, but then it just gave Flipside free view and crossfire into the B bomb site. Although PiTER had an aggressive position towards team main, but it didn't work out for them because that box does not give enough coverage, especially when you have more than one angle to try and defend. So that didn't work out for them. I do know PiTER were DDoS in their previous match elsewhere, and it seems to be continuing now, which is a shame. So we may have a bit of a delay. While this is going on, maybe we can show the knife that you lovely people could win. So we've got two giveaways. One is a Bison that get right signed, which is right there. Look at that. That is beautiful. With that crappy globe thing or whatever it is and those swirly bits. It's great. Looks like it was done by the finest MS Paint illustrator. And that's going to be an open raffle for everyone. And for subs, my StatTrak gut knife slaughter will be given away. It's minimal wear. It's a very nice knife, but I have too many knives and can no longer use it. I bought a StatTrak bayonet rust coat, and I transferred all my kills to it because I used to play a lot of surf deathmatch, so I have like 5,800 kills from flying around and just knifing people in the back.
Yeah.
I don't go to bot servers, people, real dudes. Anyway, so yeah, you could win one of my knives. I think that's the second one I've given away. I gave away my Karambit. No, I gave away the flip knife as well. That's the third knife I would have given away on stream. What a guy, huh? What a guy.
The real guy. The best guy.
So, I mean, PiTER, they have a lot of rounds here.
Yeah.
I don't know how, because Flipside just seem a lot more prepared. So it's not really so much a dig at one team. It's just Flipside just are clearly a more prepared team on the T side, whereas PiTER were pretty much just playing for picks. And you've got the set strats. We've got the specific control taking of certain areas, like the drop zone has been repeated. Now they're changing things up with Blade going over towards the A site. I say changing things up, but they're just taking it anyway without flashbangs. Although I guess that was partly a timing thing in that PiTER were like, let's just back off from this area. It's not working out for us. But I do wonder if they should try to peek every few seconds or so, rather than just facing up there and just being flashed every round. Yeah. Obviously, they've changed it to just abandoning the area, but they're going to lose if they do that. Yeah. Unless they get lucky.
It was unfortunate as well, because actually when they lost so much control there, it was when he was trying to throw a Molotov. I think it was wayLander who sort of backed off, was playing behind the rock. He was trying to throw a Molotov and he was just completely caught in the open, because of course there's nothing he could do. Even trying to switch to his rifle, there would have been no time. So
yeah, there was no protection for him. So that's that. Difficult times here for PiTER. We should be resuming the match in about 60 seconds. So again, the winner of this will be going over to play Dignitas later on this evening. However, we're going to, after this match, you can see there's only one match on the schedule. We're actually going to go over to SLTV after this. So we're going to have Gamers 2 versus Kingwin, which should be a really fun map. And I feel like And I feel like as far as Kingwin go, I feel like there was like a massive hype train. But it's really interesting because it's just the mix of players is crazy, and countries and all speaking English. That's crazy and it's fun. But then people have to have reasonable expectations in that they're a brand new team, so they're like, oh, they got smashed in the FACEIT qualifiers. Sorry, DreamHack qualifiers on FACEIT. But it's still early days. Oh, that's not a good start at all. wayLander. Not a good start. So again, Flipside 3 rounds away from victory here. PiTER eking out a limited buy. jmqa with no nades, facecrack with only the flashbang and a FAMAS. So you can see they're starting to get a bit stretched here. Oh, waterfall's a bit slow on the trigger. That's a bit unlike him. Definitely should have had the frag there, but he could have been looking at the minimap or similar. It's always a horrible situation when you're looking at the minimap and then someone comes and kills you. But there we go. But that's partly why in-game leaders will play more passive positions. waterfall's being picked by Simple now. So flip side, changing things up, flipping things up, you might say, and heading towards the A site.
Yeah, the thing is, look how much map control they've got now. They've completely swarmed the A site, but Simple is not careful. He could be taken from behind as they sneak around him. bondik learning them out of position there, so they can get the frag onto jmqa.
It's 3 versus 3 now. Markelov taking down Spiker. No trade possible as he's got a closest teammate in the buildings. His facecrack getting shut down now. So now what does wayLander do? It's 3 versus 1. He's got an angle on the bomb, but he's going to get triple peaked here. That's going to be round 14. Well, the 14th round for Flipside. As opposed to round 14, it's round 24 now. So this is a horrible position for PiTER because they've got no money left. And when they lose this round, not if, it's going to be map point Flipside. But yeah, it's a horrible situation. Come the flashbangs, but I think he's facing the right way. No, he's completely blind. Waterfall's going down there. We have just like a P250, that's about it. To mount a defense. wayLander getting traded again. Flipside just trading. And this is going to go in their favor.
They just rattle them shots off, just one after the other. They all fall down. PiTER unfortunately will lose that round. As you were saying, they're on the eco. I mean, it was a dead round from the start. And now the pressure's on, really. They've got to win all of these rounds in a row to even win with a chance to get into overtime. So,
yeah, it doesn't look good for PiTER in game 1. And I'm sure they were hoping for a game 2. But definitely, I'd say if they do lose this, they need to scrim this map and learn it sooner rather than later. But not out of it yet. They are 6 rounds behind, however, so it's not going to be easy. Looks like it's a fake now coming in from Blade, pretending to flash over towards the B bomb site, and we have Waterfalls moving away from those doors where all these T's are for whatever reason. He's going to get taken out by a nice boost over the smoke as well. Only Spiker over to defend A. PiTER quite spread out at the moment. Ah, excuse me, there's jmqa appearing on my radar. So we have a kind of a 2-1-1 setup here. Although wayLander can rotate quickly towards B, but if he does that, there's a fair chance he's going to get flanked from the drop zone. PiTER with next to no information at the moment.
yeah, they're really going in blind if they do continue on to sneak up this path. The flashbang goes off, gives facecrack the opening he deserved as he charges in. Gets one and now goes back to playing it safe. Waits for the flash again. Simple, just trapped there, waiting. Knows what's going to happen as facecrack continues to get these shots. But finally, the retaliation from Flipside there.
WorldEdit makes himself known, but he's not going to get absolutely nothing, and he's going to be ignored actually because they saw the bomb site drop. They saw the bomb dropped over towards B, so they're going to leave him to his own devices and try and hunt it down. But the bomb's already rotated in to the A site now. WorldEdit has the angle, so this has not worked out for PiTER after all. WorldEdit snaps jmqa and it's left to Spiker to try and keep his team in this. Up against 2 opponents, he needs to get in before they can set up crossfire situation. I'm not sure if WorldEdit saw him there. He's holding the wrong angle, but he's going to find him anyway. 16-9, Flipside versus PiTER, map 1. So what's our second map?
I think it was Cash. Was it Cash?
Mr. Producer Reese, please inform me. It's Cash and then Inferno. So 2 more maps that PiTER will no doubt be more familiar with. They looked pretty much pretty lost on that compared to Flipside, who just far ahead of them, tactically speaking. So we will go to a short break before our second map and then see you on the other side, guys.